How is it going then, everybody? I hope you're all doing very well. Welcome back to another video here on our channel. I'm the FIFA Analyst, and today we are going to be talking to you about the real reason you didn't improve this weekend in the first weekend of Team of the Season. Team of the Season is here, and it's a time where the FIFA community try real hard to get the most amount of wins. Obviously, everyone wants to get those guaranteed Team of the Season red picks, which you get from Gold 2 and above, 17 wins and above. Obviously, the higher, the better you finish, the more you get, the better chance you get of getting the higher Team of the Season cards, which is what most people want. So we're going to talk to you about that today, try and offer you a little bit of advice to take into next weekend to hopefully allow you to have a little bit more fun, a little bit more enjoyment, and maybe in turn increase those wins on Weekend League. If you do enjoy the video, please let me know by leaving a like. Let me know down in the comment section below. The question of the day is one thing that you felt that you did wrong on Weekend League this weekend, and one thing that you felt like you did well. So was there anything in particular? Did you learn any new skill moves? Did you use the skill moves inside your game? Was you defending better, or were you poor in attack? What was it? Let me know down below, and then I can try and tailor some videos over the next couple of weeks for you here on the YouTube channel. So then, Team of the Season. Everyone on Team of the Season wants to hit the most amount of wins, right? So the first kind of point I'm going to be talking about, there's a few points here that I do want to break down and kind of talk to you about. First one is that FIFA is about winning. Football is about winning, right? There was one winner, one loser. On Champs, one winner, one loser. There's no draws. Every game that you go into, someone comes out with a win, someone comes out with a loss. And I think this is an issue for Weekend League. Right? Obviously, that's not going to change. That's football at the end of the day, and that's what makes football so good. But in terms of you and your gaming experience, your emotions are there because you win or you lose. There's no middle ground, right? And that means that you focus so much on winning in every single game of Weekend League that you actually forget everything else that we may have spoken to you about, everything else that you may have learned and picked up throughout your time during the week when you've been practicing and everything. So you get into that game, you go 2-0 down in 20 minutes and your emotions take over, you disregard everything that we've spoken about, that you've learned, and then you focus on the result. You focus on winning or losing, and that actually can be a big issue. Now, you might say, that's stupid to say, Analyst. Of course I focus on winning. I want to get the most amount of wins in Weekend League. Yes, you're absolutely right. But what I want you to do is focus more so on remembering what you've learned, the things that you've been picking up on, the things that you've been practicing throughout the week, all the time and energy that you've spent to get to that point, right? I think it was Usain Bolt that someone asked him, do you get nervous on race day? And, you know, I got his big race, and he said no. And they were like, well, why? And he said, because race day is just the final product. Like, you know, it's the end goal sort of thing. The practice, the training is where all the effort and all the energy goes in. And as long as you've put that in, when you get to race day, you're calm as anything because you know you've done the right thing. If you know you've practiced in the week, you've been learning elements of your game that are weak, skill moves, defending, whatever it may be. When it comes to Weekend League, there's no need to be nervous. There's no need to panic if you go 2-0 down. You know how to deal with those scenarios. And you don't focus on the win because you know exactly how you can perform and how you can do. So that's one thing to kind of take away from it. Moving on from that, which I suppose is a very similar point, is that you don't actually focus on the elements of improving, right? I have obviously coaching sessions on a regular basis with you guys. I see the YouTube comments as well. So many of you people practice. Oh, Analyst said, oh, the ball roll scoop's good. I'll have a go with that. I'll use that. Yeah, I'll use that. Okay. And you go and you give it 1 or 2 goes, and you go, oh, it doesn't work for me, I'm not going to use it. And you never focus on that actual improving. And why is that? It goes back in turn with winning. Everyone wants to win, regardless of whether it's champs, rivals, friendlies, squad battles, I don't really know, anything. You want to win every single game, so you don't actually focus on improving. I try so hard to ask you guys to stop focus on winning in rivals, you know, on that fully, and actually just focus on a certain area of your game that you want to work on, right? You're going to lose games in rivals while you're learning new stuff, while you're learning something new. It's very difficult for you to pick something up and still keep maintaining a high level of FIFA. So focus more so on improving and the journey, and that will help you so much when you get to Weekend League because you know you've put in that practice, you know you've put in that work. Practice with purpose. Our man Mr. Aubrey used to say that, I believe. Practice with purpose. It's a big thing that you can do. You go into your weekly rival sessions, you play 3-4 games, I'm going to practice this today, and I'm going to analyse it, and I'm going to look back on it, and that will help you massively when it gets to the weekend league. When it gets to the team of the season weekend league, you've put the work in, you've done what Usain Bolt's done, you've put all the work in and everything, you get to race day, and you know exactly how it's going to go for you. The next point, again, very similar, I suppose, is that you let your emotions get to you too much in weekend. There's so many people that are trying to push for elite, trying to push for gold 2, gold 1, whatever it is, silver 1, silver 3, gold 3, whatever. And as they get close, or as they lose a couple of games, they have a bit of a rough patch, their emotions get the better of them. And that's very understandable, okay? FIFA is a game of emotions. Football is a game of high emotions. I really need you to try and put them to the side. It's very hypocritical of me to say that. I've been quite emotional this year with the game. I've kind of aired my opinions on that. But you really do. If you are sitting here and saying, analysts, and most of you will be that are watching my videos, I want to improve at FIFA. Why do I want to improve at FIFA? You ask yourself that. Well, I want to get better so I win more, which hopefully brings me more enjoyment. The better I can play, the more enjoyable the game should be. It's not fun getting beaten, 4-0 every single game. So you do have to think about that. But you need to keep your emotions at the door. When you sit down and you play FIFA, you really, really need to just, if something bad happens on the game, as I said, it's very hypocritical of me to say this because I'm probably one of the worst for it this year. But if something bad happens on the game, bit of RNG goes against you, the ball goes through someone's chest, you put a tackle in, you don't come out with a ball. That is FIFA this year, right? And it has been for a very long time, and it is frustrating. I get that. But when you let your emotions get to you, you perform worse. You start rushing. You start disregarding everything you've learned throughout the week, and you start rushing, you start doing stupid stuff, bad passes, you give the ball away, you miss your one-on-ones, and it just gets, you can see the knock-on effect it has. And then you go and play another game and you lose another game, and then you play another game because you want to chase back another game and you lose another game, and it's just a snowball effect, and it keeps on going. You go on what's called as tilt in video gaming, right? So the emotions to the side. Keep your head in the game, keep focused, however it is that you want to keep focused. I've done plenty of the videos on this in the past, and that will do it. And you might be sitting here, right, and you might be going, this is ridiculous, I'm playing a video game, I don't care. And if you don't, you don't care, that's absolutely fine. But if you are sat here and go, yeah, I want to improve, these are the sort of things that you have to take into account and have to think about when you are actually playing on, FUT Champs. It's the competitive game mode at the end of the day, so you have to take it into it. And then kind of the last point that I wanted to talk to you about is stop focusing on the number of wins in weekend league. Unless you are an Elite 1 player pushing for Elite 3, it really doesn't matter, okay? And even Elite 3 is kind of one of them. The rewards in themselves aren't great on FIFA21, and they haven't been for the last couple of years. When you focus so much on the number of wins to get those rewards, you will be disappointed, more than likely, when you do get said rewards. What you should be focusing on throughout Weekend League is the journey, is looking back on where have you come from to where you are now. And if it's an improvement, massively well done. And you keep pursuing that improvement. I had a coaching session with someone a few weeks ago, and he was in a bit of a rut. So what we did is we actually just went back and watched when he first started having coaching to now. And he could see the visual improvement. His weekend league results have still been very similar, but he can clearly see, you know what, I'm better here and there. Division rivals he's gone up in, just not weekend league, because weekend league is very much mental. I think the majority of weekend league is a mental battle more than anything. So stop focusing on 17 wins, 20 wins, 23 wins, and just focus on the journey of improving, having fun, enjoying it, and knowing, you've done the best that you can each weekend. And if it didn't get the result, that's fine. You go again next weekend. I don't know how many times I can say to you guys, the beauty of it is you've always got next week. Right? So don't stress about it too much. Don't worry about it too much. Try and have fun. Focus on that improving, and you will see the results in the next Team of the Season weekend and the Team of the Season weekends after that. I believe this weekend we're going to get the Premier League Team of the Season. So good luck with that, guys. Let me know how you get on down below in the comment section. As always, massive thank you to anyone that does support the channel. Leaves the comments, watches the videos, leaves a like, all that sort of stuff. It is greatly appreciated. Let me know what you thought down below in the comments section. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. You take care of yourselves, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.